What's up, everyone? Aaron Nagler here for PackersNews.com. I'm here with Michael Cohen from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Michael, the Packers pretty much wrapping up proceedings here Monday afternoon before they get away for their bye week. Everybody except for Brett Hundley, apparently, will be sticking around town. Well, what do you think this is going to be like? The process going from the game we saw yesterday where, I mean, if you're calling a spade, he wasn't asked to do a whole lot. What do you think the process will be for the coaches getting him ready for the next game?
Well, I think there were a couple things that they probably learned from yesterday's game. I think, first of all, they were able to decipher how much or how little of what they planned for Brett Hundley actually worked once the bullets started flying. And then the second part of it is I think they got to see how another team is going to attack Brett Hundley. So those are two valuable pieces of information that they now have 2 weeks to digest and process before they go against Detroit. In terms of Hundley himself, I think it's got to be a situation where he needs to maybe be a little bit more emboldened to throw the ball a little bit deeper downfield. And I don't know if that's something the coaches will emphasize, but if your long gain is 14 yards, it's really hard to win a football game. And so I think he needs to really study the tape and find areas where he can maybe take a chance or two down the field, knowing that his quality of receiver is pretty good. So if the throw isn't great, he at least has above average players that can go up and try and make a play.
He has been handed the keys to a pretty potent offense when it gets humming. On the defensive side of the ball, let's talk about Ha Ha Clinton-Dix. This is a guy who made the Pro Bowl last year, and I think any honest observer looking at his play, it has really fallen off.
Yeah, and I don't really know what the reason is. If you ask him, he says that he's healthy. If you ask the Packers, they say that he's healthy. And not only is he healthy, he hasn't even been in the training room getting treatment for anything. So it's not like there's a number of minor things or even a single minor thing that seems to be bothering him. So then you start to look at other factors. Well, I think a big reason that he's struggling is something that you mentioned in the press conference is I think that he plays differently when Morgan Burnett is on the field. I think that the two of those guys together can effectively have, that sort of Bash brother type relationship, and that they know where the other guy's going to be. They can feed off each other. They can play off each other. And I just wonder if with some of the young guys and inexperienced guys they have at corner, plus the likes of Kentrell Brice or Marwin Evans, whoever we've seen back there, I wonder if he just doesn't have as much confidence in the rest of the guys around him, so he feels that he has to do more. And in turn, Capers said that this increased responsibility, you don't know how that's going to affect the guy. Some guys will get clouded by it. Some guys will get muddled up and slowed down. So I think there's a number of things there, but I think you're absolutely right. There's no question that Clinton-Dix is not playing well, and what could have been a strength for them on paper is now suddenly a liability.
I would agree with that assessment. Well, they have some time now to get away from it all, as do we, so we are going to do exactly that. Make sure you're sticking with PackersNews.com. We'll have stuff throughout the bye week going into the next game. For Michael, I'm Aaron. We'll talk to you soon.